My name is Ashlyn Carter, and I am a copywriter for creative entrepreneurs as well as a calligrapher. And today I want to give you 6 tips for writing better copy on your homepage, because I've heard lately that can be a little bit tough. And I'm going to be honest, just this past week, I was writing copy for a creative entrepreneur. She is a wedding photographer's homepage, like that first bit of copy, that little snippet that it's got to stop you in your tracks, right? And I got stuck. I got so stuck that I had to take a shower. I just worked out and I was nasty, but I also had a glass of wine because I just needed to calm it down and be able to get out of my head for a minute and write better copy there. So that's what I want to talk to you about today. I have these 6 tips for you, and I also kind of love this week's freebie. So if you want to go to bit.ly/homepage swipes, you're going to get 13 formulas that you can use, plug and play. They're pretty much templates, and I've given you some examples there, so you can grab that. Hi, hey everybody, hey Tyler, yay, this is fun. Okay, some people are hopping on. So if that is something that you've gotten stuck with before, give me some praise hands. Give me something if you have ever been stuck writing homepage copy, especially that headline for your about page or what have you. So let's go ahead and dig straight in to 6 tips that you can do so you can start writing better copy when it comes to your headlines. Now, I will say, this is more focused. There's a dog in the back, typical. This is going to be a little bit more focused on your your about page, that line up at the top, the line up at the top of your Work With Me page, and less focused on your blog post headlines or your subject line headlines. Hey, Caitlin says yes, they're hard to write, but these will help you write better blog post headlines as well. So let's just dig straight in. So the first thing that I want you to keep in mind, and you may have heard me say this before, is I want you to message match. Now, message matching is a copywriter trick that essentially lets me know when I land somewhere, yes, I'm in the same place, yes, I'm in the right place, or no, I'm not in the right place. So, has this ever happened to you? I want to know. Have you ever been on your couch watching The Bachelor or something equally entertaining? Late at night, you're scrolling through your phone, you see an ad for some freebie or webinar. All my entrepreneur friends are like, yes, that happens all the time. I'm always targeted with those. And you click on it, and you hop over to some landing page, and you're like, this is not what I thought. This is not what you told me I was coming for. Has that ever happened to you? Or have you ever Googled something? I've seen yes. People are saying yes. Sarah, Bachelorette, I'm always trying to quit it. That's happened to you before, or you Googled something and you've landed on a page and you get there and you're like, this is not, I thought that I was coming for another reason. So the first thing that has happened because somebody has done a little bit of a failure to message match. So what you've got to do first, straight and right away, yes, the URL for the homepage swipes, bit.ly/homepage swipes, and there's those 13 formulas that you can grab. But the message matching situation needs to always, whenever I land on a page, I need to know what I'm there for. And I need to see if your name is your brand, I need to see your name, maybe your face. The words that you use to describe what you do. Don't give me some clever, we're going to talk about being clever in a minute, but don't give me something that's so quippy and obscure that I'm not sure if I've landed in the right place or not. Keep this in mind also for any webinars that you host. You want to keep it the same. If your ad copy headline for your Facebook ad is driving to a landing page, I need to know that it's the same thing when I land there. So that is your first tip. To get a little bit better at message matching, there's always a tweak that you can do to get a little bit better at that. Keep in mind too, this helps with your SEO in your copy. If you're able to tie in that thing that you're known for, maybe you're an Atlanta wedding photographer, then I'll land on your webpage and your headline, your H1 copy is Atlanta wedding photographer. That is going to help drive up your SEO as well. So that's the first thing I wanted to tell you, message match. The second thing is be a little eye-catching. Now, back to the trash talk. We're talking about Bachelorette. I'm not going to ask you to be like People or Us Weekly and give me those splashy mystery, secrets, crazy words like that. Just be eye-catching with your words. Jessica says match the design too. I love that. Thank you, Jessica. That is very true. I can imagine that would create just as much confusion because 90% of the information that you are consuming is communicated to you visually. So when it comes to being eye-catching, I have an example for you. I just purchased this week some deodorant. I'm just getting real with everybody, I guess. And it was from a brand called Native that makes chemical free. But the headline on their page is that deodorant shouldn't be a chemistry experiment. And I loved it. I thought it was so catchy. So thinking about things like that a little bit outside of the box, I pulled another example for you because I know a lot of times it can help us to talk right to the person that we are targeting. So I was just working with a photographer that is in our Copywriting for Creatives course, and we were having during one of our small group sessions some time to just do some live edits of her website. And she had written great copy for the headline on one of her pages, and it said, "Hey Mama," because she talks specifically, she's a birth photographer and a newborn photographer. So that can be something you can do too, is say hey directly who you're talking to. So the second thing, eye-catching. First thing was message matching. The third thing I want you to do is be clear. In fact, I want you to be so clear that you are on about a 6th grade reading level, which I know sounds like you're really dumbing it down, but people don't buy things when they're hard to understand. They buy things when they're simple. So see if you can get really good at that. Also, I want you to cut the jargon out. Cut out the jargon, cut out the wordplay, the cleverness, because you just need to be really clear. I have it over here somewhere, but Entrepreneur Magazine this month, great issue, they have a whole article about being jargon-free and the things that you can do. And so it was just it was so funny to read because you don't realize how much we do talk in jargon about what we do. And sometimes you just need to explain it like it is. The URL is not working. It says, Crystal, thank you for that. I can see what I can do over here, and I will update that here. The next thing that I want to talk to you about is getting to the point. Now, when I'm saying that you need to get to the point, I don't mean that you only need to do 7 words or less or 5 words or less. I'm not going to give you a number because there's no such, it can be a longer headline. It just needs to get to the point. So just get right there, and the next thing that's kind of tied into that is to lace in a benefit. So I always call it the so what times 3. If you have a feature to your product, ask so what, ask so what again, and then the third time, that's probably when you're hitting more on the benefit and why it really, really matters to that person. So see if you can tie in the benefit to the headline on your homepage as well. Now, a good example of like some more information on this would be the Think Creative Collective podcast with Natalie Frank being the interviewee. I think it was actually their first episode. I just did an interview with them this week, and so I was like listening to some back episodes to, you know, kind of get in the groove and pump myself up before. And Natalie did a great job talking about how we buy with our emotional cortex first, and then we back it up with the rationale. And something that she said that I did not know is that women have 4 times as many connections between both sides of the brain as men do. So it really is important to lace in those emotional benefits and then back it up with the rationale. Crystal, I haven't forgotten. I want to make sure I did .ly/headline swipes. I will keep trying. The last thing that I want you to do is draw them to the next piece of the puzzle. If you think about it, and this might take a little bit of the edge off for anybody who's ever struggled or like been intimidated to write a headline before for anywhere on your website. Your headline only has one job, and that is to get them to read the next thing. So take a little bit of the pressure off, blow a little bit of the steam off, and just make sure that headline gets them to read the next line, your sub-headline, the little line of copy that goes under your headline. And then that headline has one job, and that's to get them to bump down to the body copy and read the next thing. So it's just this chain effect. It's like buckets, like people dumping buckets of water all the way down a road to bail somebody out of water, and that's really the only job that each thing has. So that might free you up a little bit and release a little bit of the pressure that comes when we have to like write that one snippet of copy that's going to make or break your homepage or your about page or whatever. So I hope that this was helpful. I am going to check on that edit. Today's blog post has the freebie download too if you want to go grab it there. But there's 13 examples for you to go ahead and plug and play in your business. Take them, I don't care. But they are formulas that you're going to be able to use to write a better headline copy for your homepage or your about page or work with me page, so on and so forth. So you can go to ashlynwrites.com/blog. And otherwise, I'm going to try to update a link, and I'll put it on Instagram too, so y'all can grab that. I hope you have a good day, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye!